Well, Mr. Ranger Dog, it says we're live. It says we're live, boo-boo. L-I-V-E. It sure does. Let's get some coffee. Let's get some coffee. Some coffee. Let's get some coffee. Right away. Oh, yeah. Today I'm using a plastic butter knife to stir me coffee. Stir me coffee. All right. A super duper happy. That's good. Saturday, 14th of April, 2018. Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy. Totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. Just drinking some coffee. Got to go to work shortly. I got to go work at 8 o'clock today. I think it's a half day until noon. And that's it. That's the dealio. So yeah. That's my big plans for today. And then after work, I'm going to go hang out with my friend Misty. And we're going to go fly some drones. With the wind permitting. If the wind is super duper strong here, then we might have to do it another day. It's all about the wind. It's all about the wind. So yep, here we are, just hanging out here. It's a Saturday morning. It's early, and it got cold last night. It got cold. The wind was up strong, and it flipped out of the north. It was out of the south all day past few days, and then last night, I'd say around 10ish or so, yeah, the wind flipped out of the north. And when I woke up about 1:30 this morning, it was cold. So I turned the generator on and then turned my heater on, and so I stayed warm. Good morning. Hope all is swell, well, and groovy. Yes, it's early morning this morning. Mr. Ranger Dog, he slept good last night. I slept good. And I've noticed with the wind rocking the old VW bus, I have a hard time wanting to wake up myself. It's like, just lay here 5 more minutes. Sorry, folks. Just the thought of waking up, I'm like, oh, come on, sleepy eyes, wake up. Like I said, the bus was just rocking all night last night. That was making that noise, that squeaky noise. My topper here, the strut that holds it up, was squeaking all night long last night. Squeaky. Oh, squeaky. Good stuff. But it seems like Mr. Ranger Dog is starting to gain a little weight, which is a good thing. And I'm sure, he's happy about it. I'm sure he can feel his body gaining a little bit more weight. But you rub your hands across his body, he don't feel as skinny as he normally has. So that's a good thing. Oh, Mr. Boo-Boos. So yeah, I was on my way out of work last night. I had a feeling that I was going to work this weekend or today. I had a feeling I don't mind. I don't mind. I was hoping that they'd ask me to work because I enjoy the overtime. The overtime. Good coffee. Good coffee this morning. Let's get a little bit more coffee. Just a little bit more coffee. Just a little bit more. But yeah, it got cold last night. It dropped down to, I think, 34 was the low here. But with the wind chill factors, it was in the mid-20s. So it got cold last night. And windy. When I got out of the bus at 1:30 this morning to put fuel in the generator, it was just like, jeez. It definitely had a little bit of a bite to it. But yeah, that's my only plans for the weekend. Of course, tomorrow morning, weather permitting, Mr. Ranger Dog and I will go play some early golf. Early round of disc golf with Mr. Ranger Dog. Yep. Yes, yes. Mr. Boo Boo, Mr. Ranger Dog. Oh, the sound of silence. And I certainly hope everybody had a safe and a most groovy 13th of Friday yesterday. Yes, yesterday was the 13th of Friday. Friday the 13th. I hope everybody avoided old Jason Voorhees today. Or yesterday. Because, you know, Mr. Jason Voorhees was out there doing the Jason Voorhees thing. Oh, man. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good coffee this morning. But next weekend, not this weekend, of course, not today, not tomorrow, but next weekend, I'm going to go see my mom. I think she was kind of expecting me to come this weekend because she asked me yesterday if I was going to be coming, and I was like, no. The chances are that I had to work today, which that's the dealio. I have to work. So, yeah, next weekend I'll go see my mom. I'll probably leave work Friday evening after work and head on to Ponca City. Good old Ponca City, Oklahoma. Go see my mom. And all that jazz. All that jazz. Oh, Mr. Ranger, how are you today? He's such a good boy, Mr. Ranger. Yes, he is. Such a good friend to have. So here we are rolling in almost 10 minutes after the hour on the 14th of April 2018. It's a Saturday. Saturday. Heck yeah, Saturday's here. I'm happy Saturday's here. I am. But yeah, I don't do driving today. Today I'm working in the warehouse, getting stuff stocked and stuff done. But no driving today. But it's okay. That's okay. We took the truck in yesterday, the big box truck in yesterday, to get the maintenance done to it. So it's all ready to be picked up on Monday. We'll go pick it up on Monday. Monday. Man, everybody must have been out late last night having fun. YouTube audience this morning they're all still sleeping. That's okay. That's why it's always up here for prosperity. I tried to watch some brother Mark last night when he came live on his painting, but the data here at the truck stop is sketchy. Well, was sketchy. Excuse me. It was real sketchy last night. And I found out where all those fires were coming from. Yesterday I went live on YouTube around 7-ish because there was a whole abundance of smoke coming in, and didn't know where the fire was at. You could tell there was a heck of a fire somewhere. It turned out that the fire was somewhere by Elk City, I guess, in the panhandle of Oklahoma. Like almost 200 miles away. And that's how far that smoke traveled here to Oklahoma City. And it was pretty thick for a good solid almost 2 hours yesterday evening. I think that's why I've had a little bit of a cough this morning. And a semi-headache. And a little bit of a headache, too. Okay. Yeah, you know. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad you're stopping in this morning. Hope you're doing swell, well, and groovy. I know it's too early for you to be drinking coffee, so grab you some hot tea or some hot milk. Maybe hot milk will make you go back to sleep. I don't know, man. I'm so glad you're here. I am. I'm just hanging out. We had mega wildfires all around Oklahoma yesterday. It was so bad that the smoke came here in Oklahoma City, and it was thick smoke. It was thick, and then the smoke traveled from like 200 miles away. 200 miles away. It's pretty gnarly. I think that's why my chest hurts a little bit this morning, and I got a headache. Yeah, it's under control now. But they've had different fires all over the state. And my mom this morning, she goes, it's so suspicious that they've had these wildfires the past few days when it's so windy. And I can understand, how fire can spread so quickly, but yeah, there's been some crazy fires. Crazy fires. I hope you're doing good this morning. Yeah, hope you're feeling good this morning. You're bright-eyed and bushy-tail. Yeah, I got to go to work at 8. Just a half day. I don't drive today. I'm just working in the warehouse. But they asked me to come in today, and I was like, sure. I'm happy to come in. We're doing good, yeah, Yuna. The winds were up all night last night. They went from the south, and they switched out of the north about 10 o'clock last night. Between 8 and 10, they started switching out of the north. So that means it got really cold. Got really cold last night. It's probably the mid 30s right now, but with the wind blowing, it's probably the upper 20s. So it got cold, but not in the bus. I woke up about 1:30 this morning and turned the heater on, turned the generator and the heater on. So I'm staying nice and cozy in the old bus. The old bus. And of course, Mr. Ranger Dog, he got up this morning. We get up at 5, and he takes his steroids at 5 and at 5 at night. But he took his steroids and had his Ranger breakfast. I got to go buy him some more Ranger food. He has enough until tomorrow, but I got to go get some this weekend because I've switched him over to a new brand called Bill Jack. Bill Jack? It's supposed to be pretty good. He really digs it a lot. So I got to go buy another bag because he has been gaining a little weight. I'm pretty sure you can feel it when you rub Mr. Ranger Dog, when you pet Mr. Ranger Dog over his body. You can feel that he's gained a little weight, which is good. And of course his coughing is gone, you know, so that's another good thing. But you can tell that the steroids, last night I got a little worried because after he took his steroid, because he takes a half a steroid every 12 hours, Mr. Ranger Dog got really hyper. Really, 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 really hyper. And the look in his eyes was weird. It was just a weird look in his eyes. Like, not sad, but it was just like, it made me think of roid rage, if that's the case in these steroids. You know, I know there's a whole bunch of different steroids out there, but man, he was feeling the steroids last night. Yes, the coughing is gone, but those are the side effects. The side effects with the steroids is him drinking more water, being hungry more. He has a heck of an appetite, so I just try to make sure I give Mr. Ranger Dog more treats than normal. And he's supposed to have 3 cups a day of the food. Yeah, I was calling the vet today because it's been a week since Mr. Ranger Dog's been in the vet. It was this time last week we went to the vet. So I'm going to give them a call today just to let them know what's going on, you know, so they can write it down in his thing. And maybe they'll say, because see, the instructions on the pills, on the steroids, when Ranger first got him, he was to take 1 pill every 12 hours for 5 days. So Wednesday was his last day on the full pill every 12 hours. And then we broke it down to half a pill every 12 hours for 5 days. And that's until let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday would be his last day on the half a pill. And then you're supposed to do a half a pill every day and a half. So I'm thinking maybe they'll suggest him just go ahead and start taking a half a pill every day and a half now. I don't know, but I'm gonna give them a call today. Let them know what's going on. But yeah, he wasn't being crazy or anything last night. He was just Mr. Ranger Dog was doing things like I've never seen him doing before, and I know it had to do with the steroids. So he wasn't having like seizures or anything like that. It's kind of embarrassing to talk about, you know, because I like to keep the audience, you know, everybody, but Mr. Ranger Dog was feeling, I guess, like he felt like he was young or something. Yeah, it's just the steroids. Like he was just. It was funny, but I was like, dang, Mr. Ranger. Yeah, he's just not himself. But like I said, he's been hyper. You know, you can tell when the steroids are really working with him because he'll breathe a little quicker. Oh, I'm sorry. He was sick? I understand that feeling. It's scary when they're sick because they can't speak, obviously. They can't talk to you. 12 or 14. Oh, little Chihuahua. Yeah. Chihuahuas live a pretty decent long age. They do. I'm so glad he's doing better now. I know, and it's so much, and it's hard, you know, especially when they get older, to be like, you know, because you know they're getting older and they age quicker than us. Because I think it's 7 years, doggy years to our 1 year. I think that's how for every year we go through life, puppy dogs go through 7 years of life. I think that's how it works. Yep. Well, I'm glad your little Joey's getting better. Oh, there must have been a big YouTube gathering last night. Everybody slept in this morning. How late did the Woo stay on? I seen Adam the Woo was broadcasting last night, but I didn't get to catch that either. Yeah, he was. I know he was live, and the carpetbagger was live discussing Route 66. Oh, that's cool. Heck yeah. I like Michael's. He's into the drones and stuff. I like that. Yeah, today I'm gonna go hang out with my friend Misty. Yeah, she was somebody that was working where I was working when I first started there at the auto part place. Now she trains people to be airport tower, you know, controllers, like airplane controllers. I think she trains on that now. Anywho, she likes to fly drones, and we're gonna go fly some drones today. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Depending all about the weather and the wind. But I figured it would go Lake Ovaholster Bridge, you know, where I'm always hanging out on Route 66, and fly the drones there. And of course, like I said, it's all about the weather today, but that's the plan after work, because I work until noon, and then after that, you know, I'm free. Tomorrow, all weather pending, I'd like to go play some early golf with Mr. Ranger Dog. You know, I really enjoy playing golf with Mr. Ranger Dog as much as I can. He's my buddy. So here we are, rolling at 24 minutes after the hour here on the 14th of April, 2018. It is a Saturday. I'm just hanging out here with Yayuna. Alma, my friend Alma over there at Yayuna's channel on YouTube. Over there on the old YouTube. We just hanging out. It's super duper early in her neck of the woods. Super duper early in my neck of the woods. 6:24 in the morning. It's pretty darn early. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. Last cup call. Last cup call. All right, Mr. Coffee. Yeah, Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee. You can go to bed and get groovy and sleep very groovy, sleep well. Groovy. But yeah, I went to bed about 9 o'clock last night. I slept so good. Because like I said, the wind rocked the bus. And I left the topper up. I had the topper up all night last night. And I kept waking up every now and then just to make sure my topper hadn't blown away. But this topper does good in the wind. It's amazing. Good old topper. Eventually, I'm gonna have to replace that old canvas up there. It's done good for these years. The original canvas to these old VWs were just like this, but they were a little different. They didn't. Some of them didn't have the zip or the that little air vent you see there that opens up. Let's see what's going on outside. Let's see what's going on outside. It is so cold out there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, waking up to the truckers and the cowboys. That's the parking lot. That's that side. Let's see what's going on this side. Oh yeah, that's they weren't crazy. I don't think they were crazy, you know. I think they were just, you know, in each other's space for so long because they were living in that van. They were in each other's space for so long that, you know, when they started fighting, that dude had a mouth on him. I was like, jeez. But yeah, they're not there. They're not. I was glad. When I got to work, I told everybody the unplugged story of the whole situation, because I gave you guys a nice version of it. You know, there's a whole unplugged version of it that took place. That, you know, she asked me about the generator when I started the generator. I was like, this will be in nice terms, this is the quietest generator you'll ever hear in your life. And I started my generator, because right before I started my generator, she was like, that thing ain't gonna be loud, is it, and keep me up all night. And when people put out negative, I don't give them negative back. I just give them like a little goofy sarcasm, and that's what I did. So yesterday morning, before I left to go to work, she came walking up, and so she said the exact same words I said to her. She goes, "You're right, that is the quietest generator I've ever heard in my life. What kind is it?" So, but the whole unplugged, the unedited version is a lot goofier, because I get goofy sometimes. I really, really do when folks talk to me. I'm very kind, to folks. And like I said, there's a whole unplugged version of me, like where Brother Mark says, I know we cuss like sailors, I mean, I'm just a man, but I don't, degrade anything or anything. I'm just a man. But anywho, it was just funny because she was like so nice to me yesterday. And I told everybody this story. I got a little lost, but yeah. Like I was telling a good friend the other day on YouTube, who watches me on YouTube, I choose to have a whole range of an audience, well, I mean, yeah, I'll be just like, I'll drop like just a complete, random, kosher, sentence as I'm talking to somebody, just regular, and it's like I told my supervisor, Dwight. He's my supervisor, and he's the one who got me, pushed to have me be a driver. And he's like, he was cussing. He's like, I don't know why I'm cussing. I was like, Dwight, they say that if you cuss a lot, you're a very intelligent person. It's just, he kind of liked that. But, I'm not advocating cussing as a person. I'm just saying, for YouTube, I like to keep my audience you know, everybody could hang out in the old VW bus, everybody from 80 to, 8 months, or whatever, can hang out in my VW bus, and feel good and feel kosher and feel groovy. So, well, it's been a groovy coffee talk. It has been, Yayuna. I hate to say my goodbyes. I always do, because I know 30 minutes sometimes don't feel like enough to get out in the morning. But I got to be at work at 8. I don't have to pick up Brother James this morning, so from here I'll just head on to work. It's only about a 15-minute drive to work, but I'll slowly get the bus ready and get around and all that jazz. And so, like I said, my day, starts, every morning right here in the bus with Mr. Ranger Dog. And I'm gonna start my Type 2 vlog this morning, Yayuna, with you in it this morning. So I think it'd be kind of groovy. Hold on, I gotta focus backwards because I had it all focused on the fire yesterday. Anywho, thank you, Yayuna, for hanging out this morning, and all you beautiful people that's gonna tune in later on today. Thank you. I love each and every one of you fine folks. You guys are so kind to me. You guys give me just as much good energy as I send out to you fine folks. And Alma, Yayuna, thank you. I'm so grateful for you being here tonight, this morning, today, tonight, whatever the case may be, in everybody's neck of the woods. But I'm so grateful that you're hanging out with me this morning. It's been a nice chit chat, just you and me this morning in the bus. And I assure you, I will make it to your neck of the woods. I promise. I promise. And as always, be kind to one another. Love one another. Be grateful for every single moment of the day, because you just never know when those moments will change. And I'm grateful for our moments this morning, Alma. I love you, my sister. Peace. Peace. Love. And always, Volkswagen. Volkswagen. Ooh, we need Volkswagen. Here we go. Volkswagen. Grease.